This topic will be a short one because if we were in class together, we would spend a lot of time discussing our topics. The deadline for that is coming up, and in class we take time to process it with each other. But since we're going online this semester, well, guess what? It'll be a condensed version of that. Identifying a topic, 10 great ideas. So we're going to start with one and go through 10, but we will not have nearly the discussion we would if we were in person together. So first of all, what do you want to do your paper on? You have no idea? Well, here's some ideas to help you think about it. 1, be creative. If you come up with a topic that's kind of boring, like, are males different than females? Well, in what? In what area are you thinking of? Be creative. Research can be boring. Number 2, this is the best advice I ever got doing research, including my dissertation, and I'm going to pass it on to you. What is interesting to you? Is it drugs and alcohol? Is it romantic relationships? Is it marriage? Is it gaming? Is it trying to work and go to school or be a student athlete? There are so many different things about human behavior that you could study. Why not pick something that's interesting to you, and then you'll be more likely to want to research it and write about it. Number 3, you don't want to do something that's been done exactly the same way before unless you're trying to replicate maybe an old classic study. That's not usually the case. Pick something that's your own original idea. Number 4, what can be measured easily? We just went over population and sample in the last chapter. What would be the whole group of people, and then that's the population, of course. What would be a sample of those people where you could easily get them to fill out your survey? So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because number 4 and number 5 on this list go together. So first of all, what is a topic you can easily measure, such as once I had a student wanting to do fetal alcohol syndrome. Well, that's kind of hard to measure. Why not ask people what they know about it? That would be easier. And then number 5, are you really going to survey people with fetal alcohol syndrome? Why not survey anyone and see what they know and understand? See, there are easier ways to do these things than what sometimes people think in the first place. Number 6, can you put a different spin on something that's been done already? When I did my dissertation, my topic was love and marriage. I had a classmate do pretty much the same thing, but using only gay and lesbian couples. You could do a different spin on the same thing. If you're looking for whether video games make people more aggressive, well, maybe you can do it only with children, or only with adults who play video games, or whatever. Think of something creative and a different spin on the same topic, or whether people also like activities like, I don't know, boxing or something like that. Number 7, how can you make yourself knowledgeable about your topic? The literature review. We're going to talk about that in a minute. You look up articles and write about them. Number 8, allow yourself to make mistakes, change your mind. I always tell people, it's kind of a joke, but not really. Write in pencil, because you might want to erase it and pick something else. Number 9, bounce your ideas off other people, your friends, your family, your coworkers, even people in this class. Well, that's harder to do when we're in class online, isn't it? But anyone who can help you with your topic, see what they think of it, not just people who are in psychology. I'm talking about anybody. And number 10, are your ideas based on pre-existing theory? Most of them are. When you start looking up things for your lit review, I bet you're going to find that there is something out there already, whether it's theory or research studies or both. Next thing, I'm scrolling down a little here to show you the rest of the page, the literature review. That's a fancy word for all of the stuff that has been written about your topic already. Since this is a psychology research methods class, the literature review, that didn't work very well, did it? Will be mostly articles. Research articles. Yeah, you could find other stuff, book chapters and dissertations, but mostly articles. So here's an important point. Right here, you are probably not going to find exactly your topic, and that's okay. So, back to that example of video games and aggression. It's not likely that you're going to find exactly what you're looking for. So, can you find some articles on video games, other articles on just what people do for hobbies or recreation, other articles on what makes people aggressive? That's fine. It doesn't all have to be exactly your topic. And that's exactly what this example is. Long-distance relationships and grades. Well, what do you mean by long-distance relationship? You might need to define exactly what that means, and then look up things on dating in general. It doesn't have to be exactly long-distance relationships. Your literature review can be things that are close to your topic, but not exactly what you are doing. Now, you might have to look in the library database. ASU has more resources than we do, but it's almost never necessary to actually go there. There are so many things that you can look up, even from your own computer, without going to a library these days. You will need 6 sources that are scientific for your paper. Research, articles. And in the labs, this is exactly what we are going to be talking about. It is okay if 2 of those sources are just abstracts. That is like a paragraph that summarizes the research article. That is fine. But you want the other 4, most of them, to be the whole article, and you're going to write about that in your literature review. That's an important part of a research paper, and honestly, it is the part that takes the most time. So just know what the literature review is, and you will be in good shape for this paper. So, we will cover this in more detail in future classes, but that is it for this one, Section 2 of the reading packet.